At 7:35, good morning to you.
TWA's new Goodbye fares still give you great savings to the east.
You're gonna like us.
Buy a round-trip ticket at TWA's New York is just $149 each way night coach. Washington only $159 each way. And we've got great deals to Philadelphia and Boston, too. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. For reservations, call your travel agent or TWA.
You're gonna like us. TWA.
Hey, Julie, I had a great new sandwich at Jack in the Box restaurants today.
Really? What'd you have?
Come on, I'll show you.
Got hot tender ham, tangy mouth melting cheese,
Toasted poppy seed-roll.
ooh, the taste is supreme. You say ooh, our new ham and cheese supreme. You say ooh, our hot ham and cheese. The food is better at the box.
Your new ham and cheese supreme.
Better at the box. This is Jack in the Box.
Better at the box.
Yeah, taste it.
Ooh, the food is better at the box.
Well, what do you think?
Better at the box.
Well, what do you say?
Better at the box.
Well, ooh.
Come try our hot tender ham.
Taste our mouth-melting cheese.
Taste our poppy seed roll. Try our ham and cheese supreme. The food is better at the box. Jack in the Box.
Some clouds and haze and fog, and that's what we're going to have today. It'll basically be a little bit cooler than yesterday. We tied a record high of 68 in San Francisco yesterday. That was set back in 1958, and we tied it yesterday. A little bit cooler today, more like 64, 65. But some hazy sunshine will be kind of pleasant for you. 7:37, good morning from Rob Conrad on Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he kept here. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like a north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Bend me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
Easy Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM, 740 with Rob Conrad. You're right, Bart. Bart Central reports that passengers on their direct Richmond to San Francisco line can expect a 5 to 10 minute delay. A train at the Richmond station had brake problems, was turned back. That happened about 7:20. It's about a 5 to 10 minute delay on that line.
Dance with me. I want to be a partner. Can't you see? The music is just starting. Night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Fantasy could never be so killing. I feel free. I hope that you are willing. Pick the beat up and kick your feet up. Dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground. Starry eyes and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. Oh, dance with me. I want to be your partner. Can't you see? The music is just starting. Night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground. Starry eyes and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. Oh, dance with me. I want to be your partner. Can't you see? The music is just starting. Night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me.
Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM. Rob Conrad saying good morning to you at 7:43. That was Orleans and Dance With Me. Frustrated carolers of the world unite. You can go caroling on Lake Merritt aboard the sternwheeler Merritt Queen. Every day through the 23rd, you call the Lake Merritt Sailboat House for more information. Their number is 444-3807. They'd love to have your voice on board. You sing so pretty. You'd just be fine. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're looking for the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area. That's our question of the day. Where is the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area? Is it a house in your neighborhood? Maybe a neighborhood that's all decorated. Maybe a church with a live nativity scene. We've heard some interesting calls this morning. I'd like to find out what you think the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area is. Call me at 391-EASY.
Easy Rock KYA.
Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough to hurt about. Maybe I'm a crazy, but I just can't live without your loving and affection, giving me direction, like a guiding light to help me through my darkest hour. Lately I'm a praying that you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by. Feeling all the while I never really knowing why. Lately I'm a praying, but you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by. Then you came along and made me laugh and made me cry. You taught me why, baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. Oh, it took so long to find you, baby, baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you.
Easy Rock, KYA, FM and AM. Baby, I'ma want you. That's Bread. 746 with Rob Conrad. Isabel, you have to be at work at 8 o'clock, huh?
Yep.
Well, where are you calling from? What city are you in?
I'm San Lorenzo.
All right, and where is your favorite Christmas scene in the Bay Area?
It's up on Kensington Road in Berkeley.
Tell us about it. Now, I've had a call earlier describing the scene. I want your memories. You saw it a couple years ago last. What is this all about? Is this somebody's house or a big field or what?
Well, there's this field next to this guy's house, and they've got the little manger scene with their little town of Bethlehem and the sheep herders and the three wise men and the whole bit. It's really neat looking. There's a traffic jam there like every night for people looking at it.
Well, that's great. I appreciate your call. Sounds like it's very nice.
Yep, it's really great.
Thanks, Isabel.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Easy Rock KYA.
You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around.
Easy Rock, KYA, FM and AM. Stevie Wonder's Sunshine in My Life at 7:50 with Rob Conrad. On the telephone, we have James. James, what city do you live in?
San Pablo.
Okay, and you're calling about the lady we just had on the phone, and she's talking about this great nativity scene, and you seem to know exactly where it is. Pinpoint it for us.
It's on the Arlington Boulevard in El Cerrito, near Mosier Lane. And you just go all the way up Mosier, which is a rather steep hill.
And
Go up it, and when you get to the top, make a left, and it's about a half a block.
Okay, give us a little bit of your feelings of it. What does it look like to you? You know, can you picture it in our mind's eye for us?
I don't know if I can picture it in yours. It's a really big scene, and it just kind of tells the whole story of the nativity, and it has, the scene of Bethlehem and the scene of the Christ child and the three wise men traveling to Jerusalem to Bethlehem. That is to
big attraction over there, isn't it? Huh? A lot of cars driving by and people.
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate your call and pointing that out exactly where it is. Thank you, James.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, good morning, Mr. Evans, in the newsroom. It's 7:51, and in the news this morning, there's some interesting things. I forgot exactly what we're going to talk about.
Well, does it make you, when you open up your bill, you get a PG&E bill every month,
right.
don't you?
How can I forget the PG&E bill? Do I ever? We have a conservation campaign around the house to narrow that baby down.
Or don't you get a PG&E bill?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do. I bet you do. Does it make you mad, though, when you open it up and you see it stuffed with all kinds of, informational pamphlets and ads?
Well, I don't actually open the bill. My wife does that. I do know that every bill you get, whether it's from an oil company or a department store, you open it up and you have to wade through the advertisement for the things.
Right. Well, a lot of times the customers pay for that. We pay for that through higher utility charges or whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of people. Larry Brownell tells us that there are a lot of people who feel the same way we do when you open up a bill and it's stuffed with ads, especially when the company complains about how much it's got to pay for oil and gasoline.
And therefore, you should conserve if you want to keep your bill down. Apparently, it's also making some members of the state PUC angry because Commissioner Richard Gravel told PG&E to knock it off.
People are getting fed up being told that they should cut down their usage when they feel that they've already done so and their bills are continuing to go up. It's having a backlash effect, and we didn't shut it off, and we have not shut it off. But maybe that's the option to us.
Another commissioner, Leonard Grimes, told how people actually threw the advertising inserts from their PG&E bills at him during a recent public hearing. And he said they were even more upset by those oil tanker TV ads, which PG&E's been running in prime time.
Do it out. Save the time. Do it out. Save money, everyone. Do it out. The Gap sale has now begun.
Hi, this is Terry David Mulligan.
You're going to tell us about great gift ideas at the Gap for under $20.
Sure.
How they have the greatest gift ideas since mistletoe.
I was going to say since the discovery of the blue jean.
Oh, it's a kind of a biggie then.
Yeah, you see, the Gap is having a fantastic sale of fashion denim jeans from famous names like Levi's, Britannia, and the Gap.
I know. Guys' fashion denim jeans at a mere $16.95.
Mere?
All Guys' Britannia jeans have been slashed 20% off regular price.
Slashed?
And all Levi's moving on jeans at a Bafo 20% off.
Bafo? You used all my best words.
And I'm getting my own fan club.
You forgot Guys' Levi's denim jeans in popular styles at $13.95.
You mean I flung?
Yeah, try again next year.
Fall into the Gap.
That's right. The Gap has Guys Levi's original button front denim jeans for just $13.95. Hurry, the sale ends December 24th.
Fall into the Gap in the Stonestown Shopping Center and the Tanforan Mall.
Iranians in several cities are demonstrating this morning against the Ayatollah Khomeini. Some of the protests are said to be violent. Just yesterday, some of our officials in Washington were warning that political struggles inside Iran could throw a wrench into the hostage situation. Washington is once again being very cautious about the latest word from Iran on the captives. Officials say they want to see the last reply before they make any judgment on whether the release will come by Christmas, which is, of course, a week from tomorrow. Chrysler wants to freeze its workers' salaries for the next 2 years. The car company needs to save the cash. This is just one avenue where it can save a total of $1.5 billion. It also has plans to save money by reducing office staffs, the purchases of supplies, corporate raises, that sort of thing. The United Auto Workers is now considering that request. Reaction by the workers overall is negative. Because American Motors Company, AMC, is so close to going under financially, it has decided to sell controlling interest to the French car maker, Renault. Shareholders will make a final decision very soon. Now, this could mean big things for AMC with the backing of a very successful European car company. The phone company is being ordered to give us a refund. That's if you have a key telephone, one with more than one line. The Public Utilities Commission is telling Pacific Telephone to refund nearly $10 million and to cut our rates if we have those key phones. The consumer group affiliated with Ralph Nader, Public Health Research, says Medicare is not effective. It pays only 30% of the doctor bills and leaves the patient with holding the bag for all the rest of the money that's owed. Now, the group is making plans to do something about this, either lobby for reformed Medicare regulations or pleading with doctors to decrease fees to people on Medicare. The city of Oakland might be outgrowing its current form of government. In Oakland, the mayor's job is part-time. It's the city manager that handles most of the administrative duties. Mayor Lionel Wilson is frustrated because not enough is getting done, so a task force has been set up to study the possibility of changing forms of government where the mayor is the superpower, much like San Francisco. A report will be issued in about 3 months. Many Oakland residents are angry this morning at ABC because of a TV show that was aired not long ago ridiculing the East Bay City. On the network's new situation comedy Too Close for Comfort, a scene showed an actor turning on a water faucet in what was supposedly an Oakland apartment, and the water came out brown. Oakland residents aren't amused. They're demanding an apology from ABC, and they have filed a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission. In San Francisco, we rely a lot on the income of tourism, but we also face a very serious housing shortage, especially for people that don't make much money. 2 years ago, the supervisors took the side of housing, passing a moratorium against converting residential hotels down in the Tenderloin and other parts of the city to tourist hotels. But Diana Bilvoski of Tenants Against Conversion says the law is not being obeyed or enforced.
First of all, it's my feeling that moratoriums just do not work. Secondly, there were not real clear-cut regulations as to who was to enforce the law within the city government. Third of all, there was not a strong city policy to protect low-income housing. We feel that with the permanent regulations, there are enough safeguards within that law that the units will be protected.
Bilovsky says about 200 other San Franciscans held a protest rally against conversions and for a new ordinance the board is looking at. It would require the hotel owner to find equivalent housing for the people being displaced before they make the conversion. If you've wondered how Santa Claus flies around safely, now that the skies are a lot more crowded, of course, we've got the answer this morning. We'll have it in a minute on KYA.
Don Sherwood's Golf and Tennis World.
I'm Scott Sherwood from Don Sherwood's Golf and Tennis World. December 5th through December 20th, we are having absolutely the largest sale in the history of Don Sherwood's. Don Sherwood's Mega Christmas Sale. By far the lowest prices we have ever advertised. Golf clubs, golf shoes, golf bags, running shoes, tennis rackets, tennis shoes, warm-ups, footballs, basketballs, exercise equipment, and more. During these 2 weeks, you will be able to save from 10 to 50% on the finest items the athletic industry has to offer. Don Sherwood's Mega Christmas Sale. Please, no dealers and positively no phone orders. Remember these dates, December 5th through December 20th. Absolutely the largest sale in the history of Don Sherwood's. Don Sherwood's Golf and Tennis World, San Francisco, Concord, Oakland, and Palm Springs.
If you have wondered how Santa flies around the skies, we've got an answer for you. The North American Air Defense Command tracks Old St. Nick from its Cheyenne Mountain Complex near Colorado Springs, and NORAD, as it's called, has been doing this since 1955, for about 25, 26 years now. That's when a child accidentally called the command and got an Air Force colonel who thought up the idea. Because when the child called, he says, "Is this Santa Claus?" And the man said, "Yeah, I guess it is." Weather around the Bay Area today will be sunny and hazy with the temperatures about 65 to 70, 47 in Marin, 46 on the peninsula. East Bay has the same, 54 in San Francisco, it's 45. In San Jose, it's 8 o'clock. I'm John Evans, KYA and KYA-FM, San Francisco.
Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be friend of mine. Well, I keep on thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise. And I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one poor correspondent. I've been too hard to find. But it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little? Just enough to show you care. Well, I tried to fake it. I don't mind saying I just can't make it. But I keep on thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise. And I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? Now I've been one more correspondent, and I've been too hard to find. But it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little? Just enough to show you care. Well, I tried to fake it. I don't mind saying I just can't make it.
Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM. It's 8:02 already. A race for the parking space is on in full force. Rob Conrad with Gordon Lightfoot. That sun is going down.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better, when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
Easy Rock, KYA, FM and AM. Sundown. Gordon Lightfoot, it's 8:05, 5 after 8 with Rob Conrad. Earlier this morning in Vallejo, Doris was taking her high school kids to school, dropped them off, and heard us talking about the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area. She's got one that's hot. Tell us about it, Doris.
Yeah, there's a fire station in Vallejo on Maryland Street that has a really beautiful display. It's got the manger, it's got kids skiing all up and down hills, and a train, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's got a train that goes through a tunnel. It has a clock that has a mouse going up and down. It's people from Vallejo all over drive to buy just to see it.
On Maryland Street. It's got a lot of moving parts, so you see the little mouse running up and down the chimney. And
Yeah, up and down the clock. Yeah,
Oh,
a
the
lot
clock,
of
yeah.
moving parts. It takes up one side out in front of the fire department and all down the long side of the street.
it sounds neat. I appreciate your call, Doris.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Easy Rock, KYA.
You can take me to paradise, and then again you can be cold as ice. I'm over my head. Oh, but it sure feels nice. You can take me anytime you like. I'll be around if you think you might love me, baby. And hold me tight. Your mood is like a circus wheel. You're changing all the time. Sometimes I can't help but feel that I'm wasting all of my time. Your mood is like a circus wheel. You're changing all the time. Sometimes I can't help but feel that I'm wasting all of my time. I think I'm looking on the dark side, but every day you hurt my pride. I'm over my head. Oh, but it sure feels nice. I'm over my head. It sure feels nice. I'm over my head. But it sure feels nice.
Easy Rock, KYA, FM and AM, and Rob Conrad at 8:09. An important day in history. No, not because the Wright brothers first flew on this day in 1903. This was the day in 1969 that Tiny Tim married Miss Vicky on The Tonight Show. Great important significance there.
Never darkness falling. You know the spirit of the party starts to come alive until the day is dawning. You can throw out all the blues and hit the city lights, 'cause there's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. The action, a place to dine, a glass of wine, a little late romance, it's a chain reaction. We'll see the people of the world coming out to dance, 'cause there's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. So come on out tonight, and we'll leave the others on a ride to paradise. And if you feel alright, then we can be lovers, 'cause I see that starlight look in your eyes. Don't you know we can fly? Just give me the night. Give me the night. Oh, there's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. So come on out tonight, and we'll leave the others on a ride through paradise. And if you feel alright, then we can be lovers, 'cause I see that starlight look in your eyes. Don't you know we can fly? And if we stay together, we'll feel the rhythm of the evening picking us up high. Never mind the weather. We'll be dancing in the street until the morning light, 'cause there's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere. So give me the night. 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 Give me the night.
Easy Rock, KYA, FM and AM. Give me the night and all the pretty Christmas lights. Isn't it pretty in your neighborhood right now? Yes, it's so pretty with those lights out there and decorations. George Benson sings a song. It's 14 after 8 with Rob Conrad. Lunch in San Francisco. Take time out of your lunch hour. Take a brown bag and drop by Union Square any day and catch some of the live entertainment. They've got live entertainment every noon hour down there. The Christmas Extravaganza Committee has outdone themselves once again. Let's hear it for them. Boy, they've done a great job. They have bands and singers and choral groups. It's really fun to go down there at lunchtime, and you really get the Christmas spirit.
Easy Rock, KYA.
KYA, FM and AM. It's 8:18 with Rob Conrad. Easy Rock 93, KYA FM presents Dave Roberts in the afternoon. Today, he starts off his show at 2 o'clock with a Doobie Brothers superset. Be here and listen for that.
Easy Rock KYA.
Help me, I think I'm falling in love again. When I get that crazy feeling, I know I'm in trouble again. I'm in trouble, 'cause you're a rambler and a gambler and a sweet-talking ladies' man. And you love your loving, not like you love your freedom. Help me, I think I'm falling in love too fast. It's got me hoping for the future and worrying about the past. 'Cause I've seen some hard, hard places come down to smoke and ash. We love our loving, not like we love our freedom. Oh, didn't it feel good? We were sitting there talking, or lying in our talking. Didn't it feel good? You danced with a lady with a hole in her stocking. Didn't it feel good? Didn't it feel Help me, I think I'm falling in love with you. Are you gonna let me go there by myself? That's such a lonely thing to do. Both of us flirting around, flirting and flirting, hurting too. We love our loving, not like we love our freedom.
Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM. Joni Mitchell says, help me, help me, help me. It's 8:21. Good morning from Rob Conrad. John, before we jump into the news, I have this letter here from Dan Lundberg. He says, Dear Rob, you may be riding your bicycle for reasons other than recreation. Maybe the only method of transportation you can afford in the near future here.
Wouldn't it be something if further generation of humans had to rely on oil
I think we're
Yeah?
going to see that. In European countries, people commute by bicycle extensively, and I think we're going to see that in the next 20, 30 years. A lot of bicycle riding going on, particularly in this state where the weather permits it year-round.
Well, China, it's like that in China. Almost everybody has a bike. But, you know, the people who live in China make so little money that to buy a bike almost costs a full year's salary. Yesterday, we heard that OPEC is planning to stick us with another price increase for crude oil. So we talked to oil expert Dan Lundberg in Hollywood to find out how much more we'll be paying when we pull into a gas station. And Lundberg says OPEC will charge 9%, possibly 10% more for each barrel of crude oil. And that translates into between 3 and 5 cents, possibly as high as 7 cents more per gallon of gas. But he says we were going to pay more at the pumps anyway.
The price of gasoline was destined to move up about 2 pennies a month. With the OPEC increases, another 3 to 5 will be reflected in the price.
Lundberg says we'll be feeling the OPEC price hike in other places, too. After all, it's going to cost industry more to run their factories, manufacturers more to make the petrochemicals that go into things like clothes and plastic wraps, and the airline companies more to fly their planes. All that extra cost will be passed on to us, obviously, and up goes the inflation rate. A new California poll indicates that most of us are optimistic, however, about the availability of gasoline next year. But 70% of us say there will not be a gas shortage. No way. If there is, though, most of us favor a stricter enforcement of the speed limit. The federal government estimates that 67% of us break the law, the 55 miles per hour speed law, on a regular basis. The South Bay is getting into the energy business. The county's first co-generator power plant will start operating today, supplying 2% of the county's energy needs. That's about 8,000 houses. In turn, the plant will produce steam for the nearby California Paperboard Company, which is right next door to the power plant. The opening ceremonies are being held this afternoon. Coming up at KYA, FM, and AM, the most controversial nomination for Ronald Reagan's cabinet was made yesterday. We'll tell you who it was next.
Mr. Lee A. Iacocca, Chairman, the new Chrysler Corporation.
When high interest rates keep America from buying the fuel-efficient cars it really needs, it's time to do something about it. Starting right now, when you buy a new 81 U.S.-built Chrysler, Plymouth, or Dodge passenger car on credit, you can deduct 6% from the full sticker price of the car, including options, because Chrysler thinks the prime rate is 6% too high.
That means once you've made your best deal, you get $325 to $1,000 direct from Chrysler, or you can apply it to your down payment. Now, that 6% will be adjusted up or down depending on a significant change in the prime interest rate. If you need a quality-built, fuel-efficient car, and high interest rates have kept you away, see your Dodge or Chrysler Plymouth dealer and get $325 to $1,000 in cash direct from Chrysler. See your dealer for details.
Chrysler can't lower the interest rate, but we can help you handle it. Now is the time to buy a new car and get a check from Chrysler to boot.
The most controversial nomination for Ronald Reagan's cabinet, the president-elect wants General Alexander Haig to be his Secretary of State. But Democrats in the Senate say they want to know more about Haig's relationship with Richard Nixon during Watergate. Haig was Nixon's chief of staff at that time. Senate Republicans say, though, that Haig will be approved without any problem. New Jersey businessman Raymond Donovan is Reagan's pick for Secretary of Labor. He's an executive vice president at a construction company in Jersey. And there are 5 more cabinet jobs open right now: energy, education, interior, agriculture, and housing. A Reagan aide says they will hopefully be filled by the end of the week. And rumors around Washington are that the housing secretary will be either economist Thomas Sowell or Jewel LaFontaine, a Reagan transition advisor. Both men are black. Reagan was not at the news conference to announce his choices for the cabinet. He was at the barbershop. Harry Drucker, who has a shop in Beverly Hills, says that wonderful black Ronald Reagan hair is real stuff.
Well, I tell you, I think it's becoming real ridiculous, really ridiculous. They don't believe it, and they still, they contradict you all the time. That they actually call you indirectly a liar. But it's true. This man here, he's got a few gray hairs, but he's not gray.
Yeah.
And he's not the only one. We got a lot of people here that are 82 years old and not gray.
Drucker says Reagan's thick black hair is from living well. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's because he's a cowboy and he wears cowboy boots. Don't be surprised if you start hearing and seeing pleas for water conservation in the South Bay. City and county officials are starting an information drive in an effort to cut down on wastewater that is pumped into the San Jose sewage treatment plant on the south end of San Francisco Bay, and there have been several spills from that plant in the past 2 years. The city of San Jose is also requiring all new homes, buildings, and apartment houses to install smoke detectors, but the city is going one step further. It will require 50,000 older apartment buildings to install those safety devices. The law does not apply, however, to duplexes or single-family homes, at least not yet. San Jose wants to be sure its people are safe from fire, especially of the magnitude of the MGM Grand last month in Vegas. The Food and Drug Administration is now advising all of us to stay away from all Chinese herbal remedies, not just Chui Fong Tukuwan, which has been used for centuries in the past to relieve pain in the bones. Ron Draper of the FDA's San Francisco office says one person who was taking prescriptions for her pain OD'd when she also used the Chinese herbal remedy.
This is a lady in Atlanta, Georgia, who was taking this Chui Fong Tukuwan. She was a 70-year-old woman, and she was taking it for an arthritis condition. That's basically, I don't really know what exactly happened or anything, but the drug she was taking was this Chui Fong Tukuwan, and it contained indomethacin. which is a potent anti-inflammatory agent.
All brands of Chewy Fong Tukuwan have been outlawed since 1974 in the United States, but people insist on using it. Many have supplies, like in Chinatown. Many places in Chinatown sell it. The federal government is also proposing new safety rules for cribs. The Consumer Product Safety Commission wants to eliminate dangers posed by the cutout designs on the head and front boards of the cribs. Many children have strangled to death on these cutouts. It's 8:28 at KYA, FM and AM. If you see anything going on around the Bay Area that you want KYA News to know about, be sure and call us. We have a news tip number here, open day and night, 362-NEWS.
Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM with a tip from the Consumer Fraud section of the San Francisco District Attorney's Office.
Merry Christmas, this is Laurel Pollock. Before you turn the lights on your Christmas tree this holiday season, make sure that they're safe and that they don't have frayed wires or defective sockets that could create special electrical problems or fire hazards. Use only approved electrical lighting and the proper ones for your purpose. For instance, indoor lights shouldn't be used outside because they lack weatherproof connections and could cause a fire since they don't have the right kind of insulation. Throw away any light sets that are defective and don't use more than 3 sets of lights for each extension cord. Some lighting sets are wired so that the failure of one bulb won't cause the other lights to go dark. I love this kind. But be sure to use an exact replacement bulb, and if you need to use it, do so before turning on the rest of the lights, since the other bulbs will tend to overheat and create another hazard in the process. Be careful and remember, you have consumer lights. Use them. I couldn't resist.
A consumer tip from Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM.
Fair and hazy through tomorrow. Boy, isn't this great? I remember last Christmas, the week before Christmas, and Christmas week, we had gorgeous weather just like this. Highs were in the 60s. 65 again. Peninsula up to about 67. Inland areas about 70 today. 47 in Marin now. East Bay has 46, 45 in the South Bay. The city 54. And 40 degrees in Santa Rosa. That's a lot warmer than it has been, but there's still a lot of fog up there today. A quarter-mile visibility. Visibility around the entire Bay Area is between 2.5 to 7 miles because of the haze. I'm John Evans. It's 8:30 at KYA and KYA-FM San Francisco.
Covered now with lines and creases, tickets torn in half, memories and bits and pieces, traces of love long ago that didn't work out right, traces of love. Ribbons from her hair, souvenirs of days together, the ring she used to wear, pages from an old love letter, traces of love long ago that didn't work out right, traces of love with me tonight. I close my eyes and say a prayer that in her heart she'll find a trace of love still there somewhere.
Rock KYA, FM and AM, 833. Good morning, Wednesday with Rob Conrad. We're talking about the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area on the question of the day. Where is that? We've heard from Doris in Vallejo, told us about an incredible firehouse in Vallejo on Maryland Street that's all decorated, just, little mice running up and down a clock and skiers, and it's just great. Then Arlington Street in El Cerrito. We got 3 calls on this place where there's a nativity scene out in the field, and I guess it's very, very pretty. How about you? You know where one is? Call me at 391-EASY. Would like to pass it along and share it with our listeners.
Babe, I'm leaving. I must be on my way. The time is drawing near. My train is going. I see it in your eyes. The love, the need, your tears. But I'll be lonely without you. And I'll need your love to see me through. So please believe me, my heart is in your hand. And I'll be missing you. 'Cause you know it's you, babe. Whenever I get weary and I've had enough, feel like giving up. You know it's you, babe, giving me the courage and the strength I need. Please believe that it's true. Babe, I love you. You know it's you, babe. Whenever I get weary and I've had enough, feel like giving up. You know it's you, babe, giving me the courage and the strength I need. Please believe. Babe, I love you. Babe, I'm leaving. I'll say it once again. And somehow try to smile. I know the feeling we're trying to forget. If only for a while. 'Cause I'll be lonely without you. And I'll need your love to see me through. So please believe me, my heart is in your hands. 'Cause I'll be missing you. Babe, I love you. Babe, I love you.
Ooh, yeah. Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM. Babe from Sticks. 837 with Rob Conrad. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. Weather today is going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday. We're still going to have the clouds and haze that we had, and the temperatures will be just a bit cooler. Question of the day, we're looking for the best Christmas scene in the Bay Area. Some great calls. We've heard that Lilac Lane in South San Francisco is just beautiful in the evening. The entire neighborhood of Lilac Lane has these lights out that are just spectacular. Cordillera Street in Redwood City, there is a nativity scene. Also a live Santa, Candy Cane Walkway. It's across from St. Matthias Church. That's in Redwood City, Cordillera Street. And I got a call from Palo Alto. On Fulton Street, they have these tiny midget Christmas trees Everybody sets them out on the street there by the side of the sidewalk in Palo Alto on Fulton Street. So there's some pretty Christmas areas you could drive by.
If you got a great new sandwich at Jack in the Box restaurants, what would you say?
Well, what have you got?
We've got hot tender ham, tangy mouth-melting cheese, toasted poppy seed roll. Ooh, the taste is supreme. You'll say, ooh, our new ham and cheese supreme. You'll say, ooh, our hot ham and cheese. The food is better at the box.
Your new hot ham and cheese.
Better at the box.
It's bigger than I thought.
Better at the box.
This is Jack in the Box.
Ooh, the food is better at the box.
A hot ham and cheese?
Better at the box.
We're changing, you know.
Better at the box.
Terrific. It shows.
Come try our hot tender ham. Taste our mouth-melting cheese. Taste our poppy seed roll. Try our ham and cheese supreme. The food is better at the box. Jack in the Box. Ooh.
This Christmas, give your car a present that can make your life a little easier. An Arco Graphite Easy Pour 6-pack. Now Arco Graphite, the black super oil, comes in an easy pour bottle to make changing your oil a lot less messy than a can. Thriftier, too. Simply store the unused portion by screwing the top back on and use it later as a topper quart. Carry it home easier in the Easy Carry 6-pack. If this is the season for an oil change, make it easier with an Arco Graphite Easy Pour 6-pack.
21 before 9. Good morning to you. This is Rob Conrad. Got Jackson Brown, Dr. My Eyes on Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM.
Doctor, my eyes have seen the years and the slow parade of fears without crying. Now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good without hiding. You must help me if you can. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what is wrong, 'cause I'm unwise to leave them open for so long. I have wandered through this world as each moment has unfurled. I've been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just where they will. I never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what you see. I hear their cries. Just say if it's too late for me. Doctor, my eyes cannot see the sky. Is this the price for having learned how not to cry?
Easy Rock KYA, FM and AM. Good morning. This is Rob Conrad. If your boss stands over the door with a mean whip at 9 o'clock, you have 17 minutes to get there before you catch his wrath. 17 to 9. We're just playing it easy with the Commodores.